All right. Ready? Part 3 here. Number 17. We are to simplify that rational expression there. Okay, x squared minus 36. I would like for you to recognize that as a difference of squares. X squared plus 36 is x plus 6 times x minus 6. Now x squared plus 2x minus 24, let's make a table. We need something that multiplies to negative 24 and adds to 2. 6 times 4, 6, 4, let's make the 6 plus negative 4 is 2. So that tells me x plus 6 times x minus 4. Now we can simplify if we have common factors. So right there, I'm looking at x minus 6 over x minus 4 because the x plus 6's cancel out. Now number 18. The diameter of a tree, d in inches, is related to its basal area, BA, in square feet by this formula. If the basal area of a tree is 12.4 square feet, what is the approximate diameter of the tree? Use a calculator to approximate your answers to 3 decimal places. Alright, it looks like simply we plug it in. 576 times 12.4. The basal area is 12.4. And then divide that by pi. Okay, and then it becomes a calculator problem. Alright, on. Let's take the square root of 576 times 12.4 divided by pi, which is right there. And close my parentheses, and I'm looking at 47, 3 decimal places, 0.681. Next digit is a 1, the 4th decimal place, so I'm going to leave it there. And the diameter, square feet. Okay. 19, don't worry about. 20, don't worry about. 21, worry about. The cube root of 3m plus 1 equals 4. Okay, to undo the cube root, let's cube both sides. The cube root and cube cancel out, and 3m plus 1 is all that's left. 4 times 4 times 4 is 64. I'll minus 1. 3m equals 63, and when I divide by 3, I'm going to get m equals 21. Alright, 22. We're solving 4 minus the square root of 5y minus 10 is less than or equal to negative 1. So we are solving an inequality here. Let's get the radical by itself first. So let's subtract 4 from both sides. So the negative square root of 5y minus 10 is less than or equal to negative 5. Broke my pencil. Now, I want to divide both sides by negative 1 to get rid of that negative. And that leaves me with the square root of 5y minus 10. And then when I divide by a negative, remember I got to flip that inequality around. Now, when I'm at this point, I'm going to square both sides. Square and square root just cancel each other out. So I got 5y minus 10 is greater than or equal to 25. I'm going to add 10 to both sides. I got 5y is greater than or equal to 35. When I divide by 5, I got y is greater than or equal to 7. Okay, that is the first part. And y is greater than or equal to 7. The other part we got to consider is the part underneath the radical, which is 5y minus 10, has to be at least 0. If it's negative, we're not dealing with real numbers anymore. Let's add 10 to both sides, and I got 5y is greater than or equal to 10, and y is greater than or equal to 2 when I divide both sides by 5. So y is greater than or equal to 7. Let's put 2 here and 7 here. And y is greater than or equal to 2. So both parts would be y is greater than or equal to 7. That's our solution to number 22. Number 23. In 2000, the population of New York City was approximately 8 million. Its total area is about 300 square miles. What was the population density, number of people per square mile of New York City in 2000? So it's people, 8 million. Where am I? There, 8 million divided by square miles, 300. Do you know Columbus is about the same number of square miles as New York City, just not nearly that number of people? Just an interesting little tidbit. So I'm going to take 8 million and divide that by 300, and I get 6.67. I'm going to just stop there. I get 26,666.67 people per square mile there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to round to right around here. I'm going to go 2.67, and I put the point between the 2 and the first 6, and that's moving at 1, 2, 3, 4, and multiply it by 10 to the 4th power, and that is a rounded figure, and that's people per square mile. Okay. Now, the electricity examples I do want to include, and I will make sure, well, let's see if I can get away with it right now. The J is very similar to the I's on this. So on number 24, the total impedance of a series circuit, that's a resistance impedance, is the sum of the impedance of all parts of the circuit. Suppose that you have 6 minus 5J on one circuit, and I've got a reminder here or something. Okay. Now I got 6 minus 5J there, and we're supposed to add 12 plus 7J there. Okay? 6 and 12, that makes 18. Negative 5J plus 7J, that makes 2J. So 18 plus 2J ohms. All right, one last problem. In an AC circuit, the voltage E in volts, current I in amps, and impedance Z in ohms are related by the formula E equals I times Z. Find the current, that's the I, isn't that what they said? Yep. In a circuit with a voltage, this is V, 10 minus 3J, and impedance 4 plus J. That's the Z. All right, I'm going to finish this problem. That's my cue to finish this problem. And E. Okay, E is in volts. Whoops, not V, E. So 10 minus 3J equals, find the current. The current is I, equals I times the voltage, times the impedance, the resistance, Z, and that's 4 plus J. I will tell you, the J and the I, the J is just like the imaginary unit, and it does follow, electricity does follow its rules. So this is an application of where imaginary numbers are actually used. Okay, now we're solving for I, so I divided both sides by what I was being multiplied, 4 plus J. So it now comes down to where we need to simplify 10 minus 3J over 4 plus 1J. Okay, remember J's or I's are not allowed in the bottom. So I'm going to put 4 minus J here, and I'm going to put 4 minus J here. J, which is the conjugate. All right, 10 times 4. I'm going to FOIL the top. That's 40. That's first. Outside is negative 10J. Inside is negative 12J. And last is negative 3J squared. J squared, like I squared, is equal to negative 1. Same thing. Okay, first 16, outside negative 4J. I'm on the numerator now. Inside positive 4J. And last is negative J squared. All right, let's just simplify the top and bottom a little bit. That's 40. Negative 10 minus 12 is negative 22J. Minus 3 times negative 1. J squared is negative 1. I'll deal with that in a second. Bottom, I got 16, the negative 4J and positive 4J minus negative 1. I didn't finish my thought. Negative 4J and positive 4J are canceling out, so that's all I'm left with on the bottom. So that's 40 minus 22J plus 3 on the top. 16 minus negative 1 is 16 plus 1, which is 17. And let me just finish by putting 43 minus 22J, because the 3 and the 40, I'll combine those, over 17. And that is that, guys.